Welcome, everybody. I'm on my other little computer here. So just come on in and let's have a little chat. I know it's 12:30. Feeling more awake today than I did yesterday, even though I worked this morning and I work again tomorrow. I know about all you. I know there's so much changes that are happening in the world right now, but fuck me, this energy's kicking my ass this year. I was thinking about that as I was doing my little e-com shopping, for people, and I was thinking, you know what? I can hardly wait till 2022 is over. I can honestly say that it has been a hellish year, and it just keeps throwing shit at me. So this second Saturn return that is my second Saturn return. So I'm still in the energies of it, and then there's this giant T square that's in the sky today, and I'm just like, "Are you God, please, please, can you just kinda turn things in a different direction so that things can really align?" And I'm not saying that, like, I've had, you know, the pros. Let's go with the pros of my year of the year. This year, I mean, I've so many people have come out to help us. It has been so beautiful and so loving, and the community has been so supportive, for me this year and for my husband, and that has really what has kept me going. If it wasn't for the support of my community of beautiful people coming in, sending well wishes, doing other really beautiful things for us, I don't think we would have gotten through this far. Honestly. Today, and this is going to be this is a kicker. We're on the telephone, so Steve's because of some because we after he had his stroke, we filled out some forms wrong, okay? Because my muddle head, all right? I'm sometimes I really can be like muddled up. Anyways, we finally getting that all fixed up since April. Since April. So from April to today, we're finally getting everything all set up for him to receive, because he was working, to receive his sick benefits from EI. So he has not been receiving any benefits since March. None. So today, then she said, "Oh, Mr. Tracy, the one thing here is that you are short." This is where I just like want to scream at the universe. "You are short 3 hours for us to do any extensions for your benefits. So you will only be paid up to date. That's it." I'm like, "You mean you won't receive any other benefits after this?" I was just like, "Okay, it's going to be okay." I know the energy's switching, but man, I don't know about it. I know many of my other clients are going through some hellish times as well, but it's like, wow. And you don't want to focus, like, the thing is that with this, it's like you don't want to get overly fixated with that, right? But it's kind of like a punch in the gut. And then also my husband had an appointment with his um endocrinologist, which is his diabetic doctor. That didn't go over too well either. But it's a benefit. It's a good thing though, because it's also where it's telling him the things that he needs to do. So it's like, she's basically said to him, "You got to change your diet. You got to change things. If you're not going to change it, this is the result." So it's a huge thing. Now we're talking about a Caribbean man having to change his Caribbean diet, and it's big. It's a big leap. So that means, she said that for him to, of course, you guys know, the rice and everything else, and and stuff. So change, and I'm just like, oh, and today with the moon squaring the moon squaring the sun, I mean, this is in the first quarter square, and we're building up to this big, another super moon in Aquarius. This is really bringing in transformation and new forms of communication. And with Mercury in Virgo, really, I mean, I find that's a helpful thing, because Mercury in Virgo really can help you to get organized and really get re-evaluating everything that needs to be done and getting it done. Because Virgo and Gemini energy, no offense to any of them, but you guys kind of feel the same to me sometimes, because Gemini is just like go go go, let's just have all of these things on the go. They're doing all the same, and that's the same with Virgo. I find Virgo, because you guys always have things on the go and very planning and doing that planning mode, more so with Virgo than with Gemini. Gemini can just leave a pile. As they're doing stuff, they just leave a pile. Like my number two son was just here, and I'm just like, okay, he just left, little things here and there. It's just like, okay, you got to pick up after yourself. But when they do, like cleaning, like, Lexi, clean, when you guys start to clean, holy fucking shit. That is like, oh my God, just stay out of your way, because when Gemini start cleaning, you got to just let them do their thing. You cannot interfere with them as they're cleaning, because they have an agenda. Virgos, yeah, you can they will delegate, or they will show you something. Geminis are just like, get the hell out of my way. I'm going to clean. This is what's going to do. And everything is, why is this here? Why is that there? And off it goes. So that moon, that with the Virgo energy, is crazy, with Mercury there. So it's kind of that's really a saving grace. It's just that giant T square. So it's basically, we got a kite in the sky right now, and it's whew, anybody who's a fixed energy, Leos, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpios, this is really a year of adjustment and of readjusting things that you need to readjust in your life and realigning. So this is really teaching me so much of realigning. My husband's a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. I'm going through a Saturn return. He had I think it was something in his sixth house, and it squared, and that's when he had the stroke and everything. And everything always, the thing is that a lot of our alignments have been happening just before a new moon or just before a full moon. I think it was the full moon for his pacer and the new moon for the stroke. And then this is just before we're going into the Aquarius full moon. So really huge realignments with everything. But I gotta say, I can hardly wait till the year is done, and let me I just let's move on. And when, especially with Saturn retrograde right now, let Saturn get forward and let him get past some points here. And I'm really looking forward to when Saturn moves out of Aquarius and into Pisces. I know Saturn doesn't like Pisces, but you know what? Get away from my Saturn in Aquarius. I'll be so much happier, just so much happier. So change is inevitable. Change is there. And sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. The other thing is, like, this is a weekend, not so much to do things, if you're over planning, I'm sorry. With a moon in Scorpio, do not over plan. Do whatever it is that you're working on right now, complete that. Then whatever you plan for the next step, you do that. If you're over planning, it's with that moon, even though it's in the later degrees, it's not, especially with the South Node, it's not beneficial. Just an FYI, it's not beneficial. Scorpio moons are a harsh one. Anything to do, even if when I pull up people's progressed charts, and they're Scorpio, they're going through a Scorpio progressed moon. Oh, those are very frustrating. Those are huge transformations. Those can even bring in very upsetting times for people, and times that are really getting you to re look at your agenda. So progressed moons in Scorpio are not fun. Moons in Scorpio are not fun anyways, just an FYI. And with the South Node there, it's just my at least my progressed moon right now is in Leo. So I'm coming to the end of the Leo and I'm going to be going into Virgo. So, you know, any updates for signs like Cancer and Aries? Well, as I sit here and I laugh. Well, you know what? Sonia, at least with cancers, God bless them. Right now, you guys have Venus there. So, I mean, that's really, really helping um, for things, right? That's really helping you to get more into the emotions and really not to get into the over emotions because cancers are either up and down. Like cancers, sometimes you have to give them an Adderall or something. You got to give them something to baseline them sometimes because it's trying to get them so they're not like, oh, things are great, and then, oh, things are down. I have a Cancer moon and a Cancer rising, so I get that, with the adjustment of energies. But learning to have the baseline, it's really learning to have the baseline. And Aries, you have Chiron retrograding, and with Chiron retrograding right now, it again, there's more emotions that are going on. That Chiron is always the wounded healer, so it's really re-looking at the things that with the things that you have that are emotional attachments. And you also have the Eris squaring Pluto, and that's been an on-go for several years because both of them are slow moving. So there's been a struggle of overcoming things, overcoming. So like Eris is that for the underdog. She's the goddess of chaos. So, and you got Pluto, the god of the underworld, who wants to bring the phoenix to arise right now, right? So a lot of us, I mean, not only with Aries, but this is also something to look as the collective. We are looking at an energy that wants to rise. We are wanting to rise. Right now, the phoenix feels like it's dead. And Pluto rules Scorpio as well. So you got to look at, where, and also where your energy is. So the moon right now rules Cancer, right? And the moon's in Scorpio. So your internal is not very happy. It's very like probably kind of grumpy today, and grumpy until Scorpio moves along, especially over that south node. So it might be very irritable, overwhelming, some adjusting that has to be done. And Mars right now is in it just passed over with the north on the other side of the north node. So it's like, okay, let's get going. Might be getting some frustrations there too, because frustrating, I want to get going. This is moving too slow. That just adds up to a lot of irritability. So it's really looking at things that you enjoy doing, things that you have fun doing is the main thing. So if you're trying to push against something that it's just, yeah, no. just I just get no. That's all I got is a no. Don't do it. So that's the thing. It's like if you're working on projects that you really love to do, say I got a few of my Aries right now, they're canning or they're doing outdoor things or they're painting. They're doing things that they love. If they're not doing those things, they might run into little bumps along there, but if they're not doing something they're enjoying right now, I'd say it would, this is where injury can happen. So you have to be careful for injury, that you don't injure yourself, you don't stub your toe, or you don't fall down the stairs and something else happens either. So don't try and rush into things. Don't try and rush into traffic. Be extra cautious with everything that you're doing, because it could backfire on you very easily. So the energies are quite, I mean, they're crazy. And, a few weeks ago, I said, energies are good, let's go with it. Now we're entering into we're heading into the rougher seas of energies too. and exactly as we're going into September. We're seeing that. We're seeing this fighting energy that's coming up. I mean, right now, what is it? China wants to starve out since the United States was there. Now I got to give Pelosi that she's that crazy energy there. I think with Pelosi going was very ballsy of her. Like she doesn't give a fuck what anybody says, but maybe that's because she's always drunk. But she really doesn't care. I mean, she's the one when her bishop refused to give her communion at church, she flew to the Vatican and got communion from the Pope. Like that's the ballsiness of this woman. Like she's I mean, and that's what's got her through politics, right? So you got to give her some credit there. I mean, she's 80 something years old. She got into politics when women weren't supposed to get into politics, and she's third person in charge, right? So she's you got to give her some balls, even with all the insider trading and stuff like that. But then again, if you got that information and your husband's an investor, what the fuck, let's go for it. I guess, but you can't take it with you when you die. So enjoy it while you can. So, but the other thing too is like, it's the yesterday when I said a lot of energy that people are feeling and stuff and something's happening. Well, yeah, we're feeling the rumblings of, China coming up with that Taiwan and everything that's going along with that. It's just there's a lot of craziness that's happening there. And I think Taiwan's now on high alert since that happened. I'm wondering why I still feel there's also was an ulterior motive there for her, but you know, we'll see. There's just too many craziness that's going on right now. And also craziness that's happening with the president. There's something weird. I just don't feel there's something odd that's happening with him. And I think they're just trying to get things in place because he's not going to last till November. There's something there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't want to wish ill will on anybody, but there's something crazy that's happening there with the president because he just looked different. Just I don't know, another freaking avatar shit. I mean, everything else in Washington D.C. is all fake, anyways, wherever he is. So that's just weird. And same with our prime minister. I think there's a lot of weirdness that's going on with him too. So I mean, he is a Capricorn, so I think he's going through some other adjustments and there's I don't know, I feel like there's some other things that are going to be popping up with him as well. So there's some real uneasiness that's happening and that we're stepping forward in with everything. And even it's just like even at work there's just I see it on the shelves. I see things like like I've already talked to you guys about what you should be doing about stocking up and getting things done. So that's really important. So there's a lot of things like that are going on, and I think we're feeling that rumblings. Even so this is like it's like even though that we're wanting to moving into this light, like I can feel it in my own life. It's all of this crazy chaos that's coming in and rumblings that are happening um right now, and it's like you're wanting to pivot towards the direction that is more meaningful, more loving, more caring, all of that lovely things in amongst, going through the muggle world and going through all the transitions that are happening right now. And I think that's really making people feel very overwhelmed. Um, People aren't buying things or shopping as much anymore. And we're going to be seeing more of that, especially as winter comes in. Um, right now there's people are getting very scared in Nevada and California for their water because they're restricting water restrictions are coming in harsher. um Things that are happening in Germany with the lighting, and same there's another country that they will charge you. I can't remember what country it is, but they're gonna charge people if they have their air conditioning on for too long, or because they're taking people's air conditioning off, and it's a tropical country. So, there's a lot that's happening that's getting people to, um, get frustrated and stuff, and we're, in amongst all like, we're feeling the frustrations, we're feeling the uneasiness, we're feeling it, with everything. So, this is like this weekend as we're going into the weekend is really, an adjustment that not to overplan for things, not to overextend yourself on a lot of things. And I was watching, I doing like we have a TV that's in the little cafe area at work, and what I noticed was I just happened to glance over there and I just got shivers all over me when I saw the things happening in Taiwan. I just got total shivers. So I was just like, holy crap. That's just, yeah, it's crazy. And it's all of these crazy things. Yeah, I'm pouring out my brain to you guys because there's just so much going on in my head that's, and I'm looking at the astrology and I'm just like, holy crap, with the timelines and things changing and how chaotic it has to be for everything to happen, right? So it's not like it's an easy transition for us to be doing these things, but that's one of the things we've signed up for on this earth walk. We signed up to go through these changes and to be here and hold the space and help other people in amongst going through the changes that you have to go through within your own life and the transformations that you have to go through in your own life. So so try not to be so harsh on people. You know, try and watch your bitch stance with people. And that might be a hard one. And, just shine your light with everything. So, I know I have not put up the classes for September yet. I just haven't had myself organized enough, and there's just more other things that just sort of came down the chute for us here at the house, that we have to look at. Is just too much. And with that, that means, I'm glad that we moved to a smaller place. I mean, for us, it'll end up being cheaper in the end. Um, it's where a lot more cutbacks are going to be happening for us, for me, anyways. And I think other people are going to be feeling that too. It's like reprioritizing what's important in your life, and is it important to have all the some people are gonna be okay through this all. I mean, they might be going through some other things personally, but I think financially, some people who are, um who are in certain situations that are earning, um, in the one percenters are gonna be fine. Those who are just squeaking by from day to day or from week to week, we're going to be the ones who are really going to feel it. We're the ones who are going to be feeling that squeeze of everything coming down. So this is where we have to really look at and reevaluate what's important and what we need and what you don't need. So looking around at things like, how many cars do you have? Like, some people, have 2 fucking trucks, and then they have, their little, all their little cars, or, fine. I know, no, it's not pointing fingers, but is that a necessity? And that's where a lot of things are going to be coming in, because it's like, what can you let go of, and what can you what do you where do you need to reprioritize things, right? And that's going to be an important piece for people, is to reprioritize things. So there you go. So I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. Just that's yeah. I'm just I'm looking forward to Saturn leaving Aquarius in the next year, and for things just to get off things to get off my Scorpio, in my 5th house, because it's not a lot of fun. It's not a lot of fun because my Scorpio's in the 5th house. So on that note, if you guys are wanting a reading and stuff like that, I'll be doing readings next week. If you're wanting one, definitely let me know. You got this. Sending you positive energy. Thank you, guys. So sending you guys out so much love. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you and all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Blessed be everybody. Have a fabulous one. And we will talk to you possibly tomorrow.